Hello beautiful crafty people, Michelle here and welcome to my makery. I don't really have a lot of finished things to show you. Only one. Sorry. I have a few almost finished things. They just need to be sewn together. And then a couple of other things that need buttons. And one I'm almost finished, wow. And then I got a couple of acquisitions to share, and I wanted to show you what my wonderful children got me for Mother's Day. I told them they got me anyway. I chose it and then told them how much they had to pay. That's the way it works around here. So the first thing I want to show you, and I can't remember if I showed it or not, because I can't remember how long ago I finished it. And I looked back and I saw that my last video was like 3 weeks ago, which I'm really sorry, but I've had the flu, and then I got a cold, and then I was sick again, and then I've had migraines, and then, yeah, no, now I'm tired. I'm getting old. I finished my doll. I don't know if I showed you. This is from the book Amigurumi Adventures. I want to say Clare Cooper, but that's probably 100% wrong. And this is the Marigold doll. And in the book, she's in yellow. But these are the colours I got. I picked the colours together, and then I said to my sons, right, you tell me what order I'm going to use them. So they picked that was the hair, the legs and stuff. So yeah, it's my Marigold doll. I'm quite happy with how she turned out. I feel like I have told this story before. I was concerned about the whole bullseye thing, but I don't think it's that noticeable. Probably nowadays that I've pointed it out. But oh goodness, what's going on with my hair today? Sorry. So that is the one and the only finished project, and I finished it weeks ago, so I probably already showed it. Anywho, and then I finished the cardigan I was making. I can't remember if I showed this either. I think I showed it in progress, but because I didn't finish this 3 weeks ago, I only finished it recently. So this is the cardigan I've just finished. It's a knitted cardigan. I know, go me. Woohoo. And it's not to, oh yeah, I think I have shown you, because I said it had a boo-boo in the back. There's a boo-boo in the back. Shh, don't tell anybody. Oh, what is going on with my lighting? I'm so sorry. It's because I held something up in front of my face and now it's thrown a tizzy. Hang on, let me see. I'll tutu with this switch here. Is that better? I don't know. That's bright. Whoa, no. No. Okay, I'm sorry, we're just going to have to go with that. So here's the cardie I made. I'll try not to put things in front of my face, which makes it pack it sad. So this just needs buttons now. And this is what's it called? It's called Another 5-Hour Baby Sweater. Courtesy of the makeyourownzone.com. Yeah, I can put that there because there's no pattern on there. So that's the pattern, and it's really, really simple, except for when you make boo-boos in the back. I don't know what I did there, but I'm going to have to try and fix it. Oops, sorry. Didn't pay attention to myself. So anyway, That's a cardigan I made. It's made out of Maxim something. It's lovely and soft anyway. So there's that. And then I made this hat, which is just a garter stitch. And it's very big. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I used the wrong size needle. So it's bigger than it needs to be. So it's going to be too big to go with that Cardi, I think. But never mind. Never mind. That pattern was out of an old... See, now I'm thinking, I think I've told you this before. I'm sorry. If this is a repeat performance, blame my old timers. I tell you, menopause messes with your head. I don't know if I'm Arthur or Martha sometimes. Okay, so the next thing that I've almost finished, it just needs buttons, is this month's crochet, and it needs its ends woven in. It's this month's crochet doll dress. I think the pattern was by Willow's AG. I will link it below. And I actually found this pattern easy peasy. I actually enjoyed making it. The yarn I've used for this is, it was I love this yarn that I got sent years ago. I don't know if they still make this, but I've got a couple more skeins of it there too. And this was just using the last of a skein. I think I'd made a hat and something else out of it. But I quite like the way that that pulled. I prefer the top part. I wish it kind of was all camo-y like that instead of, yeah, but never mind. So there's that. And then the next thing, I've lost its nose. I had it in my hand on the way upstairs. I hope I haven't. The cat will have it if I've dropped it. Oh, there it is. It's a buddy bear. Sans nose, which hasn't been sewn on, and his arms. And he has no face, but he will. He will have a face. He just doesn't yet. Oops. You know what buddy bears look like. Anyway, this is a fantastic pattern by my friend Cassandra at craftablyeverafter. I love making the buddy bear. This is the original buddy bear, not the 2.0. His ears are a bit squiffy. And I just used a mill end DK weight, I'm assuming acrylic, but it's like a worsted, like a roving yarn, but I feel like there was a but I can't remember, so it was not important. But so yeah, there's my buddy bear. He just needs to be sewn together and have a face put on him. And I'm currently working on this cardigan. It is supposed to be a size 2. I think it is ginormous for a 2, but I don't know. It was a very long time since I had a 2-year-old, and my 2-year-olds were pretty chunky. Well, the last 2 were. The first 2 weren't. They were just itty bitties. The last 2 were monsters. Well, not really. But so that's the Cardi that I'm making. I've only got a couple more rows to go, and then the ribbing on the bottom, and then I can start the arm, the sleeves. I was hoping to have this finished by tomorrow, but I don't think I will. So unless I knuckle down, I could probably get it done tonight and in my lunch break tomorrow, but we'll see. And this yarn, pretty sure it's a Lion Brand Mandala Ombre, but I got it in millions, so That's all that's left of this first one. Oh, and plus a couple of bits because I have colour controlled it. I did take out, what did I take out? Oh, a whole big chunk of orange. There was a great big chunk of orange, probably the same amount again. And I've taken that out because I wanted to have all the colours come through. So, but I thought I might use that orange for the ribbing. Not on the bottom of the cardi because I'll just continue with what I've got here. But around the, you know what I mean, around there, around the neck and stuff. Yep. So, and this is lovely and soft too. It's going to be gorgeous when it's done. So that's what I'm working on. As well as, I feel like there's something else. No, but there's things I need to be doing. So that will take me on to my acquisition and kind of an upcoming. I purchased a few things off this lady up north who sells stuff on Trade Me, and a lot of it is reclaimed craft stuff, like projects that people haven't finished, or sweaters. She pulls them apart and washes the yarn and cakes it up and sells it, that sort of thing, recycles the yarn. In this case, I bought an unfinished project because it's nearly finished, and I thought, well, I could finish it. I don't know why I thought that, because I have so many nearly finished projects of my own, right? But I purchased this because it is a beautiful little baby onesie. Isn't that gorgeous? It's beautiful, and it's wool. It's but it's gorgeous, gorgeous. All it doesn't have is it doesn't have any cuffs, so like no ribbing, and it's not sewn together at the crotch, and it doesn't have all its buttons on. It has some of the buttons on. So I paid a great big $7 for that, and it actually came with the buttons. So there's the rest of the buttons there to put on there. And I decided, instead of trying to find yarn to match, I'm going to go with the contrast. So I probably might change out the buttons as well. So in my stash, I had this Bella Baby Bliss Merino 8-ply. And the colour is pink. And I'm going to do my cuffs in this pink, and then put buttons on to match, because it is for a baby girl. And then I'm going to make a hat, probably this hat, but then I do have a pattern. Don't rub that on your face, Michelle. I do have a pattern similar to this, because I was just looking at another cardigan I made years ago that I'm actually going to finish to give to this baby as well, and the pattern is very similar. I'm just trying to think, where is that pattern that I have, because it has a hat in it, and I might be able to make the hat to match. I think I'll just go with plain. So I was thinking, because I'm thinking of doing this hat, because it's in the garter stitch, like the top of this is, but in the pink, do I put ribbing on the bottom, or do I just do rows of garter stitch? What do you think? I might do one of each and have a look and see what I think. Maybe I'll put it up on Facebook or something. Etsy. Not Etsy. What's it called? Instagram. This one. Put it on Instagram. You can let me know what you think. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Because I feel like if I did it in this pattern, it would be too busy. And so if it's in the garter stitch, it will. The hat. That's what I'm talking about. I fly all over the place. Sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, it will kind of tie in. And so then I think I do need to do just garter stitch for the cuffs, which is fine because these cuffs have garter stitch. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to decrease for the arms on, I think just on one of the sleeves. I'm just going to run some knitting elastic through to make it not so flappy. What else am I going to show you? Moving on, I did buy a couple of things online, some secondhand books, and one of them is called At Home with Crochet, and it's got a whole lot of, I haven't really had a look at it, sorry my ring light is reflecting in there. A lot of the patterns are a bit naff because, you know, they're old-fashioned. But I quite like this. It's a Bible cover, but I mean, you could use it as in any book cover, couldn't you? Almost looks like lemon peel stitch. But there's some cute little things to make magnets. I thought those were pretty cool. And that'd be good for gifts. Just little gifts for Christmas and stuff. And there's a pin cushion that looks like a sun hatch and different things. Sorry. Look at this jar topper. It's a duck. Oh my goodness. Tiny little fiddly lacework edge around a handkerchief. Nah, not me. It's lovely, but I wouldn't do it. But yeah, there was a few things in here I liked the look of. So, and I just like to look at things because they're pretty. There's a couple of blankets too. I quite liked the look of this one. It's called Pretty and Peach. Yeah. Don't know. Anyway, that's one book I got. It's a leisure arts one. And then I got Knitted Sock Sensations because I've been wanting to make some socks. I'll show you why in a minute. So, but this doesn't just do socks. It's got slippers and boot cuffs and stockings even, and little slip-ons, and then it's got kids ones, and so, and this is Louise Butt and Kirsty McLeod. I don't know how old that is. It's a David and Charles book, which is quite a well-known publishing company, I think. So it's English, so this will be in English terms. 2008, that one. And this one, it's leisure art, so this one will be American. $19.95 for that one. All right. Now we're going to go on to my wonderful gifts that my wonderful children paid for. The first thing I got was 60 quick knits for beginners, because that's what I am. I'm a beginner, and after making this Cardi, I really am enjoying knitting again. So, and I have found, because I quite often, I have chronic pain syndrome, and I'm often in a lot of pain, and sometimes I can't crochet. My shoulders hurt too much. And but knitting, the movement must be slightly different, or I hold myself different or something, and I can knit when I can't crochet, I have discovered. So this one is from Cascade. So from Cascade Yarns, put this book out. And it has step by step, but it also has pattern, some sockies. And I thought, although it reckons it's a hard one, so maybe not. And it is like skill levels, of course. So I should have known it was hard. It was at the back of the book. It starts with very basic stuff, all your different cast-ons and ribbons and how to sew things together and all that stuff, and then basic patterns. Like, what's the first pattern? Some wristlets. Just a basic garter stitch wristlet. And I'm thinking I'm going to make some of those. I think I'm going to make some for my... It's a secret. If I say it on here, they will know. So I won't say. And then there's a hat is the next one, and then a scarf, of course, so you cover it. And then it goes on to one with like ribbing, whereas the other one was all in garter stitch. And then it works its way through to fancier stitches, finer yarns, smaller needles, and then to like a graph gan, you know, with the graph. Yeah. Colour work. Yeah, no, that's way out of my league. But yeah, and then socks are at the end. So that's not encouraging. But I know there's some easy slippers in there. Where are the slippers? I'm going to make some. Where are the slippers? Because I made my son some knitted slippers years ago, and I made them on double pointed needles. Even they were the first time I'd knitted on double pointed needles, and I was really proud of myself. They turned out really well. And maybe they're not in this book. Do you know what? If all else fails, oh, there they are. Sunday slippers. I'm going to put my hand over the pattern. So yeah, just basic slippers, and that's very, very much like the ones I'd made for my son years ago. So, and he loved them. So I'm going to make some of those. He used to play dinosaurs on ice, and I don't know if anyone knows, but he would slide around on the floor because the slippers would be slippery. Yeah, slide around. Anyway, he's a special child, that one. So that was one of my gifts. Matthew said he will give me that one because he said he will pay for that. Josh can pay for the rest. So the next gift I got is a Glow Crescent original neck reading light. And I have tried this out, and it is brilliant. And it's USB rechargeable. And yeah, I love it. It's lightweight. You can have it on your neck for a couple of hours and not even notice that it's there. It's really good. So if anyone, I got this off Amazon. So if anyone is looking, I do recommend this product. I'm not affiliated or anything. I bought it and I really like it. I paid for it. Well, my kids paid for it. The next thing I got is this bag. Now, I bought it to be a project bag because it has all these different dividers and pockets. And because I take a project with me when I go to work, sometimes two projects, different projects, and then when I go places, I usually take a project. Now, I wanted a bag that I could fit a book in. Easy fit a book in there. I wanted to be able to fit everything I needed for my project in that bag. So, and it's leather. It's a beautiful bag. It was being sold on an auction site as an unwanted gift from somebody, so it was brand new, but I didn't pay brand new price for it. Beautiful bag. Right, so that's my new project bag, and I absolutely love it. Now, the main attraction, the pièce de résistance. Sorry. The knitters out there probably know what this is. The crocheters are like, what is that? I got the Mindful Collection Knit Pro circular needles. So it goes from a 3mm to a 6mm. So you've got your 3, 3.54, 4.55, 5.5 and 6mm. And then it's got the cables. I can't remember what size they are, but there are 3 different sized cables. Yep. Oh, my bag's gonna fall down. There's also like a, one of those. There's a little bag with the tightening doohickeys and the things you stick on the end of your cables. Some yarn needles and a whole lot of stitch markers in this cute little pouch. So and it was beautifully packaged in a lovely box with tissue wrap and everything, and yeah. And then this little pouch was in this pouch, and then it was in this bag, and then it was in a box, and then it was in another box. So it was very well packaged. Now I know you're probably thinking, man, you're spoiled because those are really expensive. Okay, I looked in all of the yarn shops online that I could see in New Zealand, and yeah, they were expensive. I went on Amazon, and even with the conversion prices and shipping, no, I got free shipping. So with the cash conversion and everything, I still saved $50, 50 New Zealand dollars buying these from Amazon than buying them here. I'd like to shop local if I can, but I'm not paying an extra $50 for something. Yeah, so because then I was able to get my lamp and my book as well. Yes. Okay, so thanks everybody for joining me. I know I've waffled on. I do that. It's sorry. I've been trying to clean up in here today, and I made a little bit of space. Now I've made a mess in here again, and I'm just trying to do some organizing, but I'm not going to do too much because I have made a decision, and that decision is I'm going to get a cabin for outside to be my yarn room, because this is kind of a partitioned off part of my bedroom, and so I have the world's tiniest bedroom for a grown-up next door, and I want a decent sized bedroom. I'm almost 50 years old. I deserve a big girl's room. So I'm going to get a cabin, and all of this, I know it's going to be a mission. All of this is going to go into a cabin. But to get the cabin in, I have to get an arborist to chop a branch off my tree so that it has clearance to come under. The tree goes over my driveway, and yeah, the cabin currently wouldn't get underneath it, so I need to get an arborist to come in. But first of all, I think I need to contact the cabin guy and just make sure that the site access is accessible enough for them to bring the cabin in, because I'm not going to go attacking my tree if I don't need to, and because that's an expense I don't need if I don't need it. Just trying to think if I have anything else to say. I don't think so. There are lots of things I want to make. Lots and lots of things. I get completely overwhelmed. Sorry, it's really hot up here tonight. It's rainy and humid. We're supposed to be getting thunderstorms, and so it's warm. I don't know. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. It made my nostrils look really big. Sorry. Anyway, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.